TV every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And today I'm going to be making more stuff with buttons. So last week we made this little bunny and we made the kitty cat, put it on a white background so you can see it, kitty cat, and then we made a table and a chair. So these were really fun. I'm gonna flip the screen so you can see them, and then we're gonna get started. I'm gonna make some little figures with buttons. So let's flip the screen. Bring this around, you can see my ceiling. Flip the screen. And we want to make sure everything is set up so we can see. I'm just gonna do a little bit of wiggling around here. Actually, I could bring this one further down this way. Let me just adjust the tripod. Bring this back a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. This always takes a little bit of finagling. Let's bring the video up a little bit more. And bring this one. Okay, I'm trying to think of where my hands are gonna be. Let's see, around here. Around here, we're gonna bring this over a little bit more. That should be good. I can always adjust it. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen so I could see who's hopping on. We're gonna go to the live, and we've got the live. Make sure the volume's down. I think it is. Hi, Amber. So if you guys don't already know, Trees Sap Girl is Amber. She's the moderator of my YouTube channel. Welcome, Amber. Hi, Susan. You're bright and early. Nice to see you. So we're going to do some more button stuff. So these are the ones that are from last week. We did quite an intense one last week. We were on for almost 2 hours, so it won't be as long this week. But I'm going to put all my buttons on a tray. I think it's going to be easier to spread them out. So I do have some of them categorized. I like to categorize them with colors. So I have white ones, I have green ones, I have sort of yellowy ones, blue. I have to get more colored buttons. I have black, I have pinks and reds, and that's about it. And then this one, this is my mom's old button box. So we're gonna spill out all of these buttons. Oh, here's some more. These are the jig size buttons I think that I was doing. I'm making those DIY jigs. So I'm going to keep those separate. And then these ones, I'm just going to dump them out so we can see them. Okay, and I think I'm going to have to bring this out. There we go. Just a little bit more. I found the thing was a little bit too close. So what I want to do today is remove this. I made some sketches. I always bring this sketchbook around with me, and I just put elastic there to hold it open. So I made some sketches with little figures. I thought it'd be really cute to do some little figures, like little girls and boys, maybe a little skirt like that, a hat. So I thought we can work on that today. We can work on some fun stuff. And then if you guys, I had mentioned if you wanted to work along with me, if you are working on button stuff and you want me to share pictures of what you're working on, you can message them to me on, I guess Messenger would be the best thing, and then I can show them to people. It's going to be a little problematic because my iPad is charging, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. So let's go ahead and start getting some. I'm going to get some 24 gauge wire because that might be the easiest thing to put the pieces together. I also have seed beads. So if you have some seed beads or other beads that you want to use with them, and maybe I'll go through some of the colored ones too. I'm just going to kind of go for it here and see. Maybe I'll get a little lid or something to put these in. I want to still keep them separate. So we have some red ones here. And what would be cute too would be to do a kind of a stripes or something. That might be interesting to do stripes. I just thought about that. Different colors. We have blues. Keep these all separate. And then the greens. I'm going to have to get another little tray or something to put these on. Let me get another tray or a lid. Okay, more containers. Maybe I'll put the green ones in a container. Okay, we've got green. It's always good to like get things in an area that they're accessible, that you can see them. So we have green and red here, and we have some whitish ones too. So I'll put those in here. Okay. I have to think of maybe a better way to organize these. And then I have all my black ones. We'll probably use black. So, and then I have the yellow ones. I'll just put the yellow ones like this. There's not that many of them. So I'll just put the yellow ones like that. And I have my mixed ones. And let me get a thing for the black ones. Maybe I'll try to find some consistent sized clear containers to put all my buttons in. But for now, this is what we got, okay? So we have a lot of these. I will remove them, I think, from the screen so that they're not gonna take up too much space. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of rearranging here. I've got my white ones, my black ones, my green ones, the blue and the red. So the idea here, and this is the part that might take a little bit of time, is trying to figure out how we're going to do this. So you could do your sketch. I thought of a couple different ideas. Plus you have to find some buttons that are similar if you want to make a kind of symmetrical design. So let me just look. I do have two red ones here that might be interesting to do a kind of a shirt type of thing. And then say you want to do a different color skirt or something. Let's see what we have. Yeah, see, these aren't all very consistent, but that's okay. And I have green too. The blue's a little dark maybe, because I wasn't even sure this type of thing would work. This is a large button. Look at this green one. That's really large. But what if we did like, so you had a few little pieces, and this is one I just made. This is fun foam. That shouldn't be in there, but I did make a Christmas tree that was like that with buttons. That was really cool. So let's move that one over. And what if we had this type of thing, where if you were going to make a kind of a dress thing, trying to find if I have some buttons that are more or less the same size. This one's a little broken, but that's okay. So if we just kind of set them up, maybe do a smaller one there. This is maybe not where I want to go with this, but the thing is, if you don't try it, you're not going to know. But I was thinking maybe to do something like this for the skirt, but we're not quite sure. So if we did, these are all different kinds of buttons. That's interesting. So say we did something like that. Okay, and then we had the arms. This would be the, but maybe I would want that to be a red one in there to make it look more like part of the dress. So say we did something like that. Okay, I don't know if I like the green or red like that or not. You could do a black maybe. Let's try that, because otherwise it's going to look like a Christmas tree, and we don't really want that. So let's grab the black ones. And we have quite a few black ones, but what size do we want to use? I don't want to make them too big. Maybe the smaller size. And we got a bunch of these smaller size ones. So if we did like a kind of a skirt thing like that, would we have to do a little one first? I'm not sure. I like the 4-hole buttons just because you have a little bit more flexibility with adding more wires to it. So let's see if this is going to work like that. This is a little one. Maybe the little ones are better. We'll keep them consistent. We go like that and like that. I wouldn't mind to try this just to see how it works and how you'd be able to put them all together. It's going to be more flat than the other ones, but say you do that. I'm not sure about that red button. or not, but it's okay. I think I can leave that there. And then, so we would have a skirt type of thing. Maybe that one should be black. Let me just see. So I don't know if I have any little black ones. I don't think I have any teeny little black buttons. Maybe, oh, because they're kind of mixed. What I'm going to try to do is remove all the little black ones that I had. There. I don't know if that's better, black or red. No, it doesn't look right with the black. I think it's, even though it's not quite the right red, I feel like it's better with that. Maybe this would be more the same color. It's a little thicker though. That one's not quite the same kind. Let's do a bead, I guess. Yeah, this part's a little finicky because we're just trying to work it out. And then there's that one, but that's a different kind of button. That's with the shank, which, I mean, I guess could work. And that would sit back. We could try it. I'm gonna see, those are two options, I guess. Or maybe that option's better. Okay, so let's see what we would do just for fun. Why don't we just try this and try to put it all together. So I'm gonna get some wire. I'm gonna get some of this 24 gauge. You could get a thinner wire if you wanted. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the elastic out because it's not sitting properly. Okay. Let's go ahead, remove some of this stuff so it's not distracting. And black and red is nicely. Those are my friend Nedia's favorite colors, combination of colors. So every time I see black and red, I think about her. And she's very, has an artistic flair, and I really like her taste in art and things in general. Okay, so what if we try to attach these, and whether we're actually going to go with it or not, we're not 100% sure. So I think I'm going to start with the middle bead. Move that one. And it's all experimentation, and that's the fun thing about these live streams, is I can just experiment. We'll see what works, what doesn't work, and whatever doesn't work, we'll scrap, and then whatever works, we'll keep the ideas. So we're just centering that bead in there. We've got that, we've got that. We're going to center the bead, and then did I mean to do that? I'm not sure. Maybe I meant to do it beside each other. I haven't thought about that. So if we do that one there and then that one there, we're going to try it. Yeah. So then we're going to take this one in here. We want to weave them together in a way that they're going to sit beside each other. Our cat is very dark gray, almost black. Oh, cool. That's really neat. I like that. Cool. Nydia has a white cat. She actually has Allison's cat. His name is Bowie, and he's a senior citizen now because he was already getting up there when Allison had him. And then now Nydia's had him for almost 6 years. 5 years. So yeah, there we go. So I'm just gonna attach these together. I'm not sure I love the way they're getting attached together, but we're gonna see. Yay, but for cats, yeah, she loves Bowie. That's how we still have a piece of Allison with her. And we used to babysit Bowie when Nydia would go away and stuff, so that was always fun. I haven't seen him in a while though, because they haven't really gone away much. So, okay, perfect. So now we're gonna just keep adding these beads. Now Mimi's going out in the car, so we might get cut off for a wee bit, but we're gonna see. Haven't figured out the best way to do the attaching buttons together, but this is one way, and I wouldn't go any thicker than this wire because already the 24 gauge is a little tricky to do. Yeah, we have to do like a whole tutorial about. Oh my goodness, I could have warned her, but she also probably should know. So we're gonna go. Still Mimi, oh no. Okay, well, oh, okay, you can't hear me. Oh no, I'm blabbering away and you can't even hear me. I forgot about that. So tell me when you can hear me again. I'll just keep talking like an idiot. Oh, you're back to me now. Okay, perfect. Just in time to hear me talking like an idiot. Excellent. Wouldn't have it any other way. So let's go ahead and keep attaching these together. So this is kind of interesting, the way that's, I don't mind that. And then now we're going to, we have to go back, it's good, this one over here, I guess. And we're gonna stick that one in here. It's a beautiful day in Montreal. I don't know what it's like in Toronto and in Seattle, but it's beautiful, it's sunny, it's not too cold, so that's nice. Yeah, it's a nice day. Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna attach that, weave that back in here. So we seem to, I guess I could have used black wire for this to get it to, for it to blend better with the buttons, but I don't think I have any like thin black wire. The thinnest black, well, I have thin black wire, but it's 28, so that's gonna be way too thin. But I do have, I think I have 22, but that's gonna be too thick, so. Okay, so this is kind of, I'm actually enjoying this process of just putting them together like this. And maybe what I'll do is I'll start, what do we, just let me think. So I should do the one beside it to go up that way maybe. You know what I'll do? I think I'm gonna pull this one back. I can always put it back after, but I'm gonna pull this one back because it should be in the hole beside that hole. Let's put it here. Okay, we're gonna put that one here. Pull that and hope it doesn't break. And then we're going to weave it into, got a little kinked up, but that's okay. We're gonna put this one, Connie, yay, you're in time for the buttons. That's awesome. Okay, so I have to figure out, I guess I'll put that one beside here. We're doing a little figure of a girl. I'm gonna move my hands over a bit. I feel like I'm off screen a bit. Okay, we're gonna keep going with this. Go through a couple of times. And I think there's a delay in the camera because I moved my hands and then about 15 seconds, 10 seconds later, it actually shows up. So there is definitely a delay in the live stream. I haven't quite figured out exactly how it works, but okay, so here we go. So we have this so far, which looks really interesting. I don't mind it. And then we're going to keep going. So what we have to do is maybe I'll bring this one up to here. Okay. Up here. So we have that one here, and then this one I'm going to bring over to this hole. I don't know if there's already tutorials or PDFs or something about showing how to do this with weaving buttons together. It's probably already a thing, because usually there's nothing that's 100% original in this world, but I'd be curious to know if a kind of a tutorial or something already exists for this. I'm going to take a picture. Cannot be accessed. Reinsert card. Okay. There we go. Try that. I have my iPad's charging, so I'm going to use my actual phone. Oh no, I'm going to put it on automatic, so that's not going to work. I don't have very good lighting for. Oh, why isn't it taking a picture? Okay, and we're going to go back to AV and see if that's better. Oh, okay, AV is there. I think that's good. Okay, so good. So now we have the camera. If we want to take pictures of stages, because my iPad is not available and it's a pain in the buttski because it you have to open the case. You've never seen anything like that? Well, that makes me happy. I like doing stuff that's different. So see, I could have put this one in with the shank, which might be interesting. Or we could just keep going with our weaving. I just wish I had a better button that was matched it. I only have a 2-hole button. I don't know how that would work with the 2-hole button. We'd have to like, and then, I mean, it might work. We can try it. Yeah, why don't we try the 2-hole button? It's a little bigger than I would have liked, but at least the color kind of matches. Well, I don't know. Let's see, that's better like that, or like that. I find that color matches better because they're both kind of opaque. Oh, there's also the same button. I could use the same button that I had, but then I might have to make the skirt bigger. Okay, you know what? I like to just try different things, so let's try the 2-hole button. We're going to just do the 2-hole button. We're going to stick this here. Yeah, let me know if you see something similar, because I'd be curious to know. Oh, it looks like they almost drilled 2 more holes there. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a dud. Okay, we're going to do this. And I feel like I want to get more buttons. I feel like I need like a little bit more variety of colors and stuff, but we're just going to work with what we have. I mean, I already have 2 button boxes, which is a lot. So we're just going to wiggle this so it's right beside each other. Put this one back here, and then this one here. So we're going to bring this one around and bring it through here. And if you run out of wire, just cut another piece. It doesn't. You could. This is the kind of project you could piece it together. I'm going to bring this one in. Oh, Connie, I didn't add chapters to all my videos, but I did write as the pinned comment in all the videos that I've done so far of who is the featured live wire. So thank you for motivating me to do that. So all the videos that have featured live wires, you should be able to see the pinned comment. Oops, that's the wrong hole. You should be able to see the pinned comment. Mary Kay, hello, nice to see you. You made it. That's awesome. Are you going to play with buttons while we're on the live stream? Because if anybody is making stuff with buttons as we're doing the live stream, you can send me a photo on Messenger, and I can show the pictures in the on the live stream. That would be cool. Okay, so we've got, this is kind of cool. Looks like a little pyramid thing. So now I've, like I said, I've only done I did the 2-hole button for this one, which wasn't in the plan, but it's all that I had, which is fine. So maybe just wiggle it around so it's a little more like one beside each other. And now let's add one of these buttons. So this will be the basic dress of the girl. And then I'm going to do another one that's more like stacking buttons after. But for now, oh, I don't want to think about how many buttons you have. That's funny. And are you able to make anything while we're on the live stream, Connie, or are you up to your eyeballs in other projects? No worries. I just put it out there because some people like to craft along at the same time, which is fun, you know. I like that when people, you know, send me stuff during the live. So this is coming along, definitely coming along. We'll call this button weaving. So Google button weaving and see if it exists. Other projects at the moment. Yeah, there's always something. So many projects, so little time. That's all I say. I wrote another comic today because we went to Costco Monday and there was I was driving and Mimi went with me and she was coming back in the car. She was going to put the cart away and then, so she came in the car. Coming in the car and she said, oh, that lady in the other car told me to leave the cart here because she's going to take the cart and then take our parking spot. And I'm like, I said she's a Costco adept and it's not her first rodeo. Like that was what occurred to me when she said that, when I just thought it was funny, you know, these people that are so adept at going to Costco and just you know, navigating the whole experience, let's say. But we go once a week, usually Mondays, to get our just basic groceries. I'm pretty good about not buying extra stuff that we don't need. Sometimes, like every other week or something, I'll buy something that's out of the ordinary just to try something different. So a couple weeks ago, I bought samosas. Mini frozen samosas, and they were not great. They're a little too spicy, I found. Should I put it like this? I'm just gonna go across like this, why not? Yeah, they were a little too spicy, so I wasn't a huge fan of the mini samosas, but yesterday we had General Tao chicken, which was also pretty good, but they give you so much. Like I like to have a meal where it's just enough for us, but there was so much extra that Mark had it for lunch the next day because I didn't really want to have it again. I like to try these things once. So there we go. That's cute. So let's take another picture, I guess. There we go. And then we're gonna have to figure out how to add the head and the body. Cool. We go Saturdays. Oh wow, that sounds busy. That sounds like it'd be crazy busy on a Saturday. You're brave. Very brave. The other thing we've been binge eating is beef bourguignon. I don't know what it is in English, but I don't know, and I don't even know how we got on the subject, but Mark was talking about it. And so let me just look at what we're doing here. So we bought a beef bourguignon at Metro, which is our grocery store. And then I was looking at different stores for different brands, and I got another brand at, I think it was Maxi. And then we went to Walmart one day to try to find, because we like to try the same thing in a few different companies. And we got one, and it was Gordon Ramsay has a series of frozen foods, which I did not know. And so we bought it. They don't call it beef bourguignon. He's American, so he calls it beef something or other. Slow cooked beef or something. Anyways, it was delicious. His was the best. It was, and we bought his other products to try them too, in like mac and cheese and shepherd's pie and lasagna, and they were all amazing. So if you like frozen meals, it is American, so you guys in the States should be able to get them. So is this head big enough, too big, too small? I think that's a good size. So that's going to be the head. And what I want to do is bring this over here. And we want it to be, how are we gonna, I just want it to be a little bit consistent, but I want this to come up here. So if I don't want it to go through the buttons again, but I just want to go through the back. So I'm just kind of stringing it through the back like this to bring this one up, because what I want to do Maybe I'll take a picture of that because that's kind of like an interesting step that you might want to do. An hour away, that's far. Wow, we have two that are, both of them are within a half hour. Well, yeah, I would say within a half hour, which is convenient. An hour is a long way though. I don't know if it's that worth it. You don't go to that town very much. Ah, yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and we need some kind of neck. So we're not going to use a button for the neck or she's going to look like she has an issue. So what I'm thinking is our seed bead's going to be too small, I think. The seed beads may be too small for a neck. That would make for a skinny neck. I'm thinking maybe more, like they're called pony beads. And I have a bunch downstairs. I should go find them if I can't. Let me see what I have in my upstairs beads. I have my upstairs beads and my downstairs beads. So these are my upstairs beads. But I don't know if I have any that would be good. Maybe a little pink one or something. I like that ovally shape or orange. I could just use orange. So you have these orangey ones. Maybe I can use a couple of those. I was thinking, you know, kind of an off-white or something, but orange is good. Let's see. Okay, let's just see. The colors don't have to be accurate, that's for sure. Oh, Latidra, hello, hello. How are you? Nice to see you. You made it. We are making button people. My hands are so dry, it is insane. There we go. Okay, so we have, I don't know if we want a long neck. I think we need two for the neck. And then also, if we want to do arms, I don't know. See, I'm thinking the arms should maybe be above the neck. See, this is where I haven't thought it out too well. If we want to do, because I was thinking maybe we'll just have the arms from here. We could, I mean, we could do that. And then I think I'm going to try to make it not too complicated. Okay, so I put both wires through those two beads, and then we're going to bring this up in one of the holes, and then, oops, let's go in this one too. So what if we put these wires in two holes that are beside each other? Okay, if we bring that down, like that. Let's see if we do that type of thing. Oh, how did that happen? Okay. I meant to put that one in this hole, beside each other. Are you there? Yeah, you're there. So we're going to put those two in the holes beside each other. I might have to figure out what I have to do for a face type of thing. And then this one, I think I'm going to go, even though it might look strange with the wire going down here, because you see with the bunny, I kept the wires within the middle, okay? But with this one, I'm going to try something a little different. Remember, I'm going to show you a picture of my cat. Aw, your kitty cat. Cute. That's fun. Okay, we're going to go up here. And then this one, we're just talking about cats. Talking about my friend's cat, Bowie. White fluffy cat. Bowie's been in some of my comics too. There we go. So I just attached it like that, even though it doesn't, you know, it kind of messes up that it looks like a face, but it's going to be more stylized. Okay, and then we're going to bring this to the back. Okay, is that what we're doing? Well, maybe we don't want those buds. Let's just keep it consistent, and we'll do a couple here, and then we could bring one here and see what this does, and bring that one up. I don't know if we need two in there, do we? No, maybe not. I'm going to pull that back. There we go. Perfect. We're going to do this, and then what I want to do now is I'm gonna just put it in this one, I think. Okay, I might need the flat pliers. Here they are. We're gonna bring that one there, and then this one, bring it there. Perfect. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And then the other thing I wanted to do was to make some hair. But I was thinking it would be fun to make, just to make some hair with the, this is one of those things that I was thinking about while I was killing time before I got out of bed one day. Sometimes I just don't feel like getting out of bed, and so I just sit and design stuff in my head and think of ideas and solutions and take notes in my head, and just because sometimes you're just not quite awake yet. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to, I don't want any pokey ends, so I want to just bring this back and forth, and we're going to make some hair. And I'm not going to worry too much if it's even. I'm just going to bring this back and forth, because you could cut them like sharp ends, but I don't want any sharp ends on this. So we're just going to, how much hair? I don't think we need that much either. So I just went 3 times. So now what we're going to do is at the middle, take that and wind it around, okay? And then another one, whoopsies, I pulled it a bit. Another one, let's just cut it. And we're going to, did you guys know there was a Canadian version of Wheel of Fortune? Not Wheel of Fortune, what's it called? Family Feud. I didn't even know, because our friend Akeem, who's a comedian, was on the show. He posted a video of him on this Family Feud show, and I'm like, I didn't even know they had one in Canada, but apparently they do. So that's kind of fun. I remember watching shows like that when we used to go on vacation. So what I've done was I've just added some hair like that. So maybe I'll take a picture of that. And we are going to go like that, and oopsies. You want to do this, maybe. And do it like that. Okay, so we've got that. So now what we want to do is, I also want to come a kind of a loop at the top to make, I wonder if we could put the loop on this. That might be easier. We make our loop with this so we can hang it. Okay, so we're going to go like that. I'm going to make a little loop at the top with our round pliers. Okay, I'm going to get this. And yeah, let me know if any of you are making wire stuff while we're working. And if you want to share a picture, you can just let me know. Usually Sharon would hop on and do that, but she might be busy. I don't know if she saw the poster either. So we have the hair, and we want to attach it. And then also this, what are we going to do with this? Maybe we're going to bring this one down. And I'll just try to attach it with these wires. So we're going to put one here. Okay. Oh, this is my lens cap. We don't need that. And then this one's going to come through the back of the other button. Oh, let me get there that. So yeah, so we have one going that way and one going that way. Let's take a picture. Okay. Mirta, hello, hello. Nice to see you. I'm gonna go like that. Perfect. Yeah, we're making a little girl out of buttons. So we're gonna push this right down here, so it's right at the top. The hair. This one is gonna end up being quite big, but that's all right. So we're gonna just get that there. Make sure it's like nicely positioned. Give it a good little wiggle, and I'm gonna go through again. I think we're gonna go through twice, so it's really solid. And we've got that one through twice, and then this one, hopefully the wire is long enough. I'm gonna put that one through twice too. I don't know if it's gonna be long enough or not. It's kind of cool though. You know what, I'm gonna have to cheat, I think, because I don't think it is long enough. Okay, we'll just do that, and what have we got here? I'll just wind it around the top, I think, because it's not quite long enough, but I can get the other wire to bring it around. There's always a way to tweak it, like just to kind of do a little fix. Okay, so we've got that, and then this, maybe we'll use this other wire to go through it again. So I just took this other random wire, but if your wires were long enough, you can just do it with the same wire. So we're gonna bring that one through there and up here, and then we're gonna just wind that wire around the top and cut it. And then this one, I'm not sure what that wire was from, but I think we can just, and we'll bring that up to the back. Okay. And wind it around. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna take a picture of that so we can see that. There. There, I guess this little girl will go with the cat once it's done. So we've wound this one around. Is there a front or a back? Yeah, this looks like it's the front. So we've got that. So now we have to do arms. That worked pretty well, and we can give her a hairdo after. Let's just keep it like that for now. And we have this extra wire here, so maybe we should have gone through these twice. That might have been better, actually. But it's not too late. We can bring it back through. Okay, and see how that looks. I think I like it with keeping it consistent with the double wires. And then this one, we could go back and back through there. Okay, so we've got that. Perfect. It's kind of funky. And then now this one, we can reuse this wire, I guess. It looks like we have enough wire. So why don't we can go back through these beads maybe. Okay. And then you want to reinforce it as much as you can to make it really solid. So I'm just going back through these beads. There, adjust it. So maybe I'll take a picture of that. In theory, I could screenshot the video, but this will be better quality. And then I could put this in the templates if anybody wants. The template ebook for the button jewelry has gotten quite extensive, so I think I'll just use it with that. Now, do we want it coming out the arm, this part? Maybe. We could do that, see if that was gonna work. And then, maybe it'd be better to go this way though, from the back, around the back, and then back that way. Let's try that. So we can have the arms coming down here, or maybe we can have them coming down there. Coming down there maybe would be better. You guys can judge based on what you need. I've sent the message. I need more ideas. What's that? I've sent the message. I need more ideas. Now, ideas for what? Let me know, because I can, if it's something something you want to show people that's related, somewhat related to what we're doing, let me know and I can check my messages. This is my iPad is charging, but I can go check it. So here's, do I want it that way? Wait, what did I do? I came through that way, but I think I want it coming out the back. So how can I do that? That's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to bring this and hope it's not going to break. Okay, so I'm going to bring this one back and bring it around. Ah, Ah, strings. Okay, I'll have a look in a sec. We're gonna bring this one here. And we want it to come out the back. That's what I wanted to do. So we're gonna do like that. I think it's gonna be better if it comes out the back for the arm. So now I'm gonna have to add another wire for the other arm. But for now, like, this is cool. So if one of my other wires was long enough, we could have just continued it for the arms. But for this, I think we're just gonna do it this way. It's a little odd maybe. And maybe we should have it come that way, but that's okay. We're just gonna try this. This is the prototype, and you guys can do anything you want to make it your own. That's for sure. So let's go ahead, and we want this to come out the back, so we're gonna work backwards. We're going to start with this part being for the arm, okay, around the back, kind of like what we have going on here, and then we're just gonna figure out how we're gonna finish this. So we're gonna bring it around, and around, and maybe just around back here. Why don't we just wind it around here? Because we could go back up through these beads. That would make it more symmetrical. So why don't we, and because it's 24 gauge wire, we can do that. We can bring it back up through here. Okay. Grab the end, bring it up, and then just we can finish it around. All you have to do is just decide where you want to finish it and take it and wrap it around a couple of the wires a couple of times so it'll stay in place just once even. So I just wound it around that wire to finish it, because you can really, this is the back, so you can finish it any way you want on the back. Okay, so this is what we have so far. These are going to be for the arms, and then we're going to have for the legs. And let me just see if I could get Mirta's thing for her picture she sent. Mirta. And there. Ooh, that is cool. Okay, let me just see. Wait, is this an old one? January 31st. No, that's older. Maybe I didn't see that one. Okay, this one was, hang on. This must be an old one. This is, I just don't want to put anyone else's name on there. You sent me this a while ago. Did I see that one? That's cool though. It's like crocheting buttons together. That's awesome. I'll go back and look at that. Maybe I missed this. And here's some more buttons. Cool. That's a lot. Are those your buttons, Mirta? I don't know if I missed these. There's this. Cool. I'm ready. You're ready. That's what it says. When did you send? These are from today, I think. Okay, and then there's this. Oh, this is the electric wire, or the electric guitar wire. That's cool. Woo, that's fun. Wow, so what are you doing here, Mirta? What's going on there? You just have a bunch of buttons. Are you putting them together? That's really interesting. Cool. So are you working on them now, Mirta? You're making something now? Let me know. My daughter said that looks so good, Heather. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And now we need some arms. So we're going to put some seed beads for the arms. And then we will put a button for the hand. So why don't we do red? Let's see how it looks with the red. And yeah, I really wanted to work out the idea of weaving the buttons together because I think it's a really cool concept. And then we'll try one with the stacked buttons and we'll compare them. I think on the one with the stacked buttons I might give her a hat too. And I don't know if we'll have time to do a male partner, but we're gonna see if we have, if we wanna do a boy and a girl. Be cute. And I'm gonna keep putting the little seed beads. These are hard to grab because they're so small. Or as Mr. Kate says, they're so small. She's so cute. I've talked about her before. She's got a great YouTube channel doing home decor and stuff. So this is maybe not long enough. How many beads do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try 12. 9, 10. Get in there, you. Oh, it's plugged. 9 and 10 and 11 and then 12. Good? Let's see. Is that long enough? That's probably long enough. Maybe too long. And then we want a little button for the hand. And what color button? I guess we'll just do it the cream color. And let's try to find 2 that are similar size for the hands. And it doesn't matter if it's 2 holes or 4 holes, but let's just find 2 that are similar. It's a little small. This is where if you get picky, you say, stop being so picky. They're almost the same size. There's another one. These 2 are kind of the same size. And there's another one that's kind of, those 2 are the same size. Or those 2 are almost the same size. No, do we want like smaller? It kind of looks like she has monkey arms, but I think that's the right length. And then that size. Let's do the smaller ones, I think. Okay, and double check that they're more or less similar, the same. This one. That's another one, no. That's the trouble with when you have a bunch of buttons, they're often not the same. It's very hard to find 2 that match. Because usually they're just odds and ends. Okay, I think I'll just, they're not the same, but I'm just going to do these. So we have this one. Let's remove some of these. Okay. I'm thinking to paint those buttons with acrylic. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that would be cool. I bet if you sprayed them, like if you used enamel spray paint, you'd get a nice even kind of color on it. I actually really like that idea, Mirta, to put a bunch of buttons together and then paint them. I think that's cool. I really think that's cool. I think I should try that. Okay, we're gonna bring this one up. Yeah, because it would give her, having the buttons would give it a lot of texture, but if you colored, if you painted them, it would make them very cohesive, which would be really cool. So this one, it's got to make sure that we have the button has to be like right up against there so there's no slack. You have to kind of wiggle it in there. Then this is maybe, I want it to sit there too, so let me just move this down a bit more. It's hard to get it perfect because you have to kind of bend it like that. Oh no, this is way down here. Because the button kind of moves around a little bit. Let's just bring it right down there. Okay. Bring it up a little more. It's hard to get it in the right position. Let's try that. I think that should be good. And we're going to bring that one around here. And then around again. Kind of went to one side of the wire, and now we're going to go to the other side. Yeah, I think we'll keep it really simple. Like that. like attach it anywhere else in here. We're just gonna do it simple like that. Actually, if we wanted her holding something, we can maybe keep that end of the wire. I was thinking it'd be fun to like put a book in her hand or something. That would be cute. Okay, so let's do the other side. We need 12, and then we'll do the legs. And the thing I wanted to do was to try to make her stand. And it might work. Oh, that's orange. We don't want orange, so we're gonna see. So cool. This reminds me of all the neat crafts Mom did in Girl Scouts. Aw, GIMP. Oh, that's so fun. I love that. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, we'll keep your mom in our thoughts when we're doing these crafts. I just talked to my mom last night. Actually, I talk to her every night because she was having some dental issues, so I just called her to make sure she was okay, and she's all right. Yeah, she's in an assisted living place, and actually it's a really great place. They have chair exercises every day, so she goes down and does her chair exercises. She used to do yoga, but now she can do chair yoga, and it's just really wonderful. And they have a like a dining room, so she goes down for her meals. And everyone's really nice. And when I go to visit, I can actually get a meal ticket and eat with her in the dining room. And it's really fun. The food's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And my dad's in long-term care, so my sister brings her over every day to visit my dad in long-term care, which is pretty cool. They have really nice facilities now for elderly people, whereas when I was younger, they didn't really have as many that were so nice, and so it has so many great services. It's like really independent living as much as possible, which is wonderful. Okay, so there we go. We've got that, and yeah, I love going down with her to have her meal with her. It's so much fun. It's like she's eating in a restaurant every night. She's not a big eater though. She never was. She's eats like a bird, but what she eats is good. So there we go. We're gonna go around here. So we attached it in a couple of places, and now we're gonna bring this one around. So hopefully it's pretty good. There, and not too much gap. So she's coming along. She's good. And then this one, I don't know if I want to put something in her hand or not. Let's clip one of the wires, and then we'll decide if we want to put something in her hand. Just want to clip them at the back. I want to make sure they're at the back when we clip them. Okay. She's coming along. Now we could have done an even, I'm thinking that maybe the skirt should have been a little bigger. I don't know. Let's just see if we need some more. We need some more buttons there. I don't know if I have enough buttons. I'm gonna have to see. We have to get a move on there. Like that looks like the skirt's a little bit short. But we could. I had a bunch of these black buttons. For some reason I had a whole bunch of them. So we could add some more. I think it might be better to add another thing of, yeah, I think that otherwise it's gonna be too short. So let's get some more wire. If you guys have to take a break and multitask or do some other things, because it's going to take me a hot minute to attach these beads on there. So, but I do want to do it so I can add the legs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you want to go and, you know, use the facilities or grab a tea or coffee, run around the block, whatever floats your boat. So let's just cut a nice long piece of wire and get attaching these again. So I'm going to move some of these out of the way. So what we're going to do now is, let's start in the middle, and I'm going to take this one, go about halfway, so we can work our way out and get the button. I'm going to use over here. Button, bring it over here, and oh, I had someone contacted me on Messenger last night asking me for ideas for, actually no, it was on Etsy. She saw my templates for the, what are they called? Lukenbach hearts from Scotland. And she was asking me if it would be hard for her to do that in a group of like Scottish ladies in a Scottish association. And I thought, well, it is a bit of a more advanced idea design. So I was asking her, I was just trying to pick her brain a little bit about what she wanted to do, if she wanted to do a craft or jewelry, and because I can always simplify designs for people if they want to do them like in a group setting, or if they just want something a little simpler. So that's kind of what I'm working on now, is doing a Scottish themed craft project for a group of Scottish ladies. So if you guys have any idea, I also looked at tartans and kilts and all kinds of stuff. So if you guys have any other ideas that aren't too kiddish, but are you know, fun for adults and, you know, look and doable. So if you have any ideas, let me know, because so far I came up with a card idea, but this is more of a joke thing. I came up with a little card of a guy in a kilt. So, but that one's very crafty. I don't think I would do something like that, but I think she wanted a craft, but something a little more sophisticated. And that's the tricky part. That's why I love these paint nights, because they're very accessible for people that have no painting experience, and they can create something that looks like incredible. Like it always blows my mind at these paint nights, because I can paint. I have a lot of experience painting, but I always like surprise myself at these paint nights as how good the things turn out. Like, it's amazing. When you have the technique and good instruction, you can like create some pretty amazing things. So we're getting there. Let's add another one. Remember when you made those bagpipes? Oh yes, that was so fun. And that was with a scrap of plaid fabric from a shirt. One of Mimi's friends gave her an old plaid shirt, because I was looking for a plaid shirt. So I ended up trimming a little bit off the bottom of the plaid shirt. I liked the plaid shirt so much that I ended up wearing it. So I just trimmed a little bit off the bottom and made those bagpipes, which you can find them on YouTube. I'll link them up. But yeah, I mean, that's actually would be a good idea. Just cute little bagpipes might be a fun project for them. I'll send her that one. I didn't even think about that. I'll send her that to show her. She might want to do something like that. Or you can make it as a pin or something. I had a book with a Celtic themed wire wrapping. Ooh, yeah, send me a pic. I would love to see that, because yeah, I just think it's a great idea to have some activities that you can do in a social group. Art really brings people together, and it's just a nice kind of icebreaker, especially for people that have any kind of social anxiety. Like, it's really nice to have that kind of shared interest and shared activity, because like, I've always considered myself to be more introverted and shy, and so to have something to do, like I used to be the one in the craft corner with the kids at a party type of thing, and that was my happy place. So it's just nice to have something to do with your hands, and something to do together in a group thing like that, for sure. We're getting there, guys. We're definitely getting there. Okay, this is going faster now that I know the method, how to do it. Our button weaving. I'm nailing the button weaving. Yay. So now we're going to go up here to this one, and we're going to weave these ones together. I actually feel like I'm sewing on buttons, but with wire. I'm going to bring this one around back and up here and back and over here. There we go. Perfect. Almost done. And let's go one more over here, and then we'll attach them kind of in the middle type of thing too. I'm gonna bring this one up here, through the hole. This is taking a while, and Amber, I know you're gonna have to go, so that's okay. You probably won't be able to stay for the second one, but that's okay if you wanted to cut out at any time. There we go. We're gonna bring this one back and through there. We're just making sure we don't go in the same, buttons twice. We want to have the wire go through all of the holes, except the ones on the edge, because they won't be able to go through all of the holes. Okay, we're gonna bring this one down here. Okay. So these are attached that way, but now we want to attach them more in the middle. So let's skip down to this hole. Okay, and over to here, next one. We'll continue going through them twice to keep it consistent. Up there. And after this, I have to go to the hardware store and buy a new toilet. Any recommendations? Our water bill is out the roof, so we have a few leaky faucets and toilets and stuff, so now it's like, this is the time we have to get it done. We live in an old 1950s bungalow, and we already have had quite a bit of plumbing work done. We've had our faucet changed in the bathtub. We've had some drains changed, fixed. We had the faucet changed in the bathroom. And I've been really hesitant to change the toilet because we have a blue toilet and I love it. I designed my whole bathroom around the blue toilet, but I think blue toilet is costing me way too much money, so I think blue toilet is going to get the boot. We have a blue bath and a blue sink, which we can still have, but yeah, the blue toilet's gotta go, unfortunately, so I'm sad. But c'est la vie, right? You can't hold on to everything forever. Our fridge is older than me. It was my friend Gary's family that had it growing up, and he's my age. We were literally born like 5 days apart. And so we got his old fridge that I guess was in his garage when he was, his parents were still living in their house on the water. And so we have their fridge, and it works great. Like, I'm not going to get rid of it and get a new fridge that's going to break in a year. So there we go. So we have this and this, and we need to do the legs. So this is a little long. Let's just trim that so it doesn't get in the way. Okay. Oh, you grew up with a purple set? No way. That is awesome. I love that. I think growing up ours were just white, as far as I remember. Okay, so there's this, and now we're going to do some legs. Let's just do them where the wires are hanging down. I'm not going to fiddle around with that too much. She's so cute. I love her. And let's do some legs. Yeah, I guess if you had two wires, like one coming out the front and one coming out the back, you could maybe kind of center those legs. We could try that too. Let's try that where we take, I don't know if it would work better or not. It doesn't hurt to try it, right? That's why we're here. So these are a little long. I'm gonna trim them a bit, okay? And then I'm gonna get a wire, another wire. Avocado green, that's hilarious. Is that current, Amber? Do you still have avocado green, a toilet? Oh my God, that is hilarious. Yeah, I looked online for blue toilets. They're actually worth a lot of money for those if you want to sell them. I don't think ours is saleable. I'm pretty sure it's in pretty crap shape. But I almost want to make a work of art with it because it's so awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull this one over to here. So it's coming out, we're going out the same holes here. Okay, so we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna maybe take a picture of that just to show that I'm adding a wire. Oopsies, let's not drop the buttons all over the floor. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna take this, take a picture. Okay, and keep going. We had the goldenrod kitchen. That's so funny. I think our fridge was actually like or a yellow, kind of yellow orange or yellow gold, and we painted it white. So I don't know if you could still see. Yeah, you could still see some of the yellow underneath it. But yeah, we painted it. So what color for the legs? Let's do something a little bit different. We could, I don't know if we have this cream color. I actually have a kind of a cream color. I don't know if I have enough, but we can try that, and then maybe we can put like a different color socks or something. That's kind of cool. So let's put a bunch of these. So if we did 12, I'm gonna cut these so they're the same length. If we had 12 for the arms, we're gonna need more for the legs, at least 15, I would think. So let's just put our beads, 1, 2, 3, and see, we put them through both beads. So you see there's, maybe I'll just take a picture of that so you can see that we're putting them on both beads. I think that's good. Yeah, our kitchen was kind of yellowish for a while, but I felt we bought a paint, and I think I had meant it to be more like off-white. This was quite a few years ago. And then I feel like with time it turned more yellow. Let me know if that's a thing that when you paint your wall, that it can actually, the color can change. Because I feel like when we first painted it, it wasn't really yellow, but after a few years it looked really yellow, which was not what I wanted at all. And then same for the bathroom, where I painted it and then it kind of turned like really yellow, and I'm like, ugh. So we painted it white, but we painted it with like it was like almost like this titanium white, and now it's too white. But 4, 6, 8. So I might repaint it this spring. We're gonna see. I'm not a big like handy person in the house. I do kind of a bare minimum, but it was during the pandemic that we did our kitchen because nobody had anything else to do. So this is 12, and let's go. And this is also going to depend on the size of your beads. I might have an uneven number of beads on the legs depending on how big and small the seed beads are. So there we go. There we go. Oopsies. Making sure we have all the off-white ones. Do you take scenery pics with your camera? Scenery pics? Not really. Mostly the camera I have for taking photos of the jewelry. But Mimi is a photographer, and she does a lot of landscape photography. She loves landscape. She does a lot of abstract. She does her signature doll photography, which is she takes American Girl dolls and she takes pictures of them in nature, which is really cool. Nature and other contexts. So she actually has quite a following for that on Instagram. She was doing more a few years ago, but she still does a little bit. And but she does some really nice landscape photography, for sure. Yeah, Mimi's photography is amazing. She's really gone more into doing more abstract things these days, but that's the evolution of an artist, right? They go different directions with their work depending on what appeals to them, and you know how the aesthetic of their work evolves and things like that. So she's doing more, as she was saying, it's more influenced by a friend of hers in her club. She's part of a camera club, and so he does a lot of more kind of close-up abstracted images and stuff. So she's being really influenced by his work, but she used to do stuff like that too before she was even in the club. So I think it's kind of a style that she really resonates with, which is cool. And I tend to take with the camera. I used to use it for filming, but then I realized the filming quality on my phone was better. So I film on my phone for the videos, and I take photos of the work with the camera. And the only reason I'm using the camera now is because my iPad's charging, but pretty soon I'll start using, I'm gonna inherit another phone pretty soon because Mimi's upgrading her phone. So she'll give me her old one, and I'll use it for photographing during the live stream because I think it's it's more handy just to grab a phone and snap. Although the camera is working out fine. It's not too bad. Just grabbing the camera and snapping a pic. Maybe I'll just do that. I'm not sure. I love nature photography. We go on vacations and Jim does people pics and oh, that's awesome. You're a good team. That's wonderful. So here's the legs. I just did, yeah, I don't think she needs socks, but maybe I'll give her some black shoes for her feet. So here's my black buttons again. And maybe we'll make them bigger than the hands. Let's see what we got. But maybe they should be even bigger though, because, oh, remember I talked about making her stand? I might do more of that for the 3D one. The 3D one I was thinking to make her stand. So maybe for this one I'll just do regular buttons. These are maybe a good size. They're a little bit bigger than those, but we have to find two that are the same size. Those are pretty good. Maybe we'll just do that. Are they too big though? Okay, so we have, let's just check. We have that size, okay, or we have the smaller size. I don't know if I have anything in between. I have that size. That looks a little small though. I don't know, what do you guys think? Can you see it? Oh, we've got the sun doing its thing again. So we have like a smaller one. Bring it closer. Why are we going off camera? Huh. We have that one and that one. I don't know if it makes a big difference. I'm looking on the camera to see. Let's see. Little one. I'm just looking from your guys' perspective. I'm looking at the screen to see which one. I think the bigger one. What do you think? I think so. I think the bigger one's good. But do we have, did I get two like that? I don't know if I have another one like that. Did I just have one out? Did I have larger? Yeah. Yeah, so let's see if we, I thought I took two out like that, but maybe not. Hopefully I can find a match. Oh, this set? That was good. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Okay, so now, oh, it's right there. Oh boy. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna split these. Okay, we're gonna split those. And then this one too, we're gonna bring it here and split them. We've got that sun thing happening again. There we go. So now, let's go ahead and put one of these through the front. Okay, and then this maybe to the back. Okay, I'm just using the two wires that are coming out of the leg beads. So that works pretty well. We're gonna pull them pretty tight. Okay. Okay, and then this one, yeah, I want to pull it quite tight. And then this one I'm going to bring back and wind it around the bottom of the leg. I think that's good. Oh, there's our neighbor coming home. Okay, and now we're going to clip that. Perfect. And let's do the same, well, let's figure out how we're going to finish it. Because that's just finished in one place. Let's go ahead and, let's bring that one over here maybe. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do this. This one. Okay. Okay, let's just do this one and then we're going to decide. So we're going to go through one way and then through the other way. Oh, Mary has to go. Okay, thanks for hopping on. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy you were able to hop on today, and we will see you on the flip side in on Facebook probably. So yeah, that was awesome. You came in right near the beginning too. That's great. Okay, so we're gonna go like that, and we'll clip, and then we can. I mean, we could just leave it like that with, and leave all the whole. Oh, that's what we did with the. That's what we did with the hands. So we don't really have to wind the wire around anymore. I'm gonna actually just pull this back, and then bring it back here, and then wind it around the ankle again. I think that's fine. Okay, let's just do that. Okay. So we don't need that much wire in there. So we've got that, and then this one will be pretty well done. Okay. Clip that. And then we just have to decide if we want to do anything. Oh, here's a little end that we should clip. Perfect. Okay. Oh yeah, it's almost 3, so we should probably finish up. I might just start the other one with the oh, this is back. Okay, so there's she is. So what I want to do is I don't think I'm going to put anything in the hand for this one. I think I'm just going to finish this one as is. But I do want to kind of curl the hair. So let's go ahead and do this. Bead and matching set. Ooh, that sounds fun. Goodies in the mail, nice. So if we want to make this curly, you can just kind of separate these wires. Okay, we have those. And then separate these ones. Okay. And we can make them curly. There, let's see how that's going to go. I'm just going to go back and forth like that. Yeah, that's easy enough. And then you don't have the little sharp ends. I should have probably made these longer though. But live and learn. So we're just going to go back and forth. And then this one. And around. Back and forth. Okay, and then this one. Like that. Okay, I'm going to go back and forth. Back and forth. Back, forth. Back and forth. Maybe I'll just take a picture of that so we see how it's done. Perfect. And my daughter asked, what's gonna be your name? Oh, that's so sweet. What name would she like to give this little girl? What name would your daughter like to give her? That's the sweetest thing I've heard all week. That's so wonderful. Of course she needs a name. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Probably Mimi would have asked the same thing. She just loves cute little things. So there we go. We're going to bring her around here. And we're going to make it look that we have curly hair. And I like that these are, the ends are finished in a way that it won't be too sharp. So there we go. Some are going out, some are going in. There we go. And around here, and around here. There. Oh, I like her hair. She's cute. There we go. Have it sticking out a little bit. She said Asha. Aw. Well, Asha is her name. I actually have a follower, Asha, longtime follower, who sends me messages on Facebook or Instagram and is always like, you know, interactive, and she'd be very happy that we named her Asha. And Asha is her name. Beautiful. There we go. Oh, she's cute. So there's little Asha. She's adorable with her arms. You could bend her arms if you want in any way. You could bend them up, and you can bend the legs if you want, but I think for now we'll just keep her. Yeah, see, you could bend the legs if you want, or you could keep her like that. Now, I don't think she's going to stand, but my idea was to, her name is Africa. Wow, that's beautiful. Very nice. So we're going to just see if she's going to stand, but I think she's going to be too heavy to stand like this. But that was my idea, to kind of make her possibly stand like this. For sure, Mimi would be able to make her stand because she can make her doll stand. But, you know, that would be the idea, to make her stand. But I'm going to make a smaller one that we can make stand. And for this one, she's just going to be like that. So, welcome to the world, Asha. You're a beautiful creature. And we're going to make another one. We're going to make her a friend. Thank you. Thanks, guys. So now, let's do a little one. Let's do a small one. And we're going to put her at the side. I will take a decent picture so you guys can see her. And we're going to go ahead and do, I wanted to do one of this type of thing, but we want to keep it simple. So let's try something like that. We're going to get a bunch of wire. And pretty long, I don't know, 20 inches, 15 inches. And for this one though, we're gonna have to stack some buttons. We're gonna have to, and I was thinking maybe we could do a stripey thing. Maybe, could we do black and white stripes? I don't know, but we need flat-ish. I would say we would need flat-ish buttons for that. So this is gonna be tricky. I'm gonna get the string off of these buttons. And we need pretty flat buttons. So let's see. We did red already, so let's remove the red ones. I'm gonna move those over there. Okay, this is always fun to clean up. And I have so many, like even in my other buttons over here in the mixed buttons, we still have a lot of whitish ones as well. So let's see what we can do with these. And to make it like a black and white stripe. Okay, so now, here's one, but we want them kind of tapered, so this is going to be tricky to see if they can work. Okay, I don't know if it's going to work or not. So we just need different size buttons. So why don't we start, maybe to do that, what we can do is just try to find buttons that are suitable, line them up, see which ones are going to work the best. And we want them in various sizes. So, like already this is good, like that. Let's see. And then over here, do we want white or off-white? It doesn't, I think we're beggars can't be choosers here. We're going to see what we can find. Those are cool. Because that's a big one. But we're using 4-hole buttons, although they could be 2-hole buttons. And we want, like, see, that would be there and there. Maybe if we do it that way. And that one's maybe a little, should be a little bigger. That one's big too. So let's just see if we just did that type of thing. But that's small. We need something a little bit bigger. That's too small too, I think. But do we have any maybe that are a little, maybe this is too big. No, we want, I think we want that though, don't we? Like that and like that. Kind of cool. I was thinking the bottom one should be black. Maybe that one's a little bigger. Okay, that one. That one's pretty good. And then this one, not too bad. And then that one. Ooh, this is fun. It's like doing a puzzle. Okay, and then that one maybe, no, that's too clear. Okay. Want one that's a little bit more opaque, and it could, like I said, it could be a 2-hole button. Doesn't really matter. And then that. Does that work? I mean, that's pretty good. It's a little bigger than I would have thought, like, though. I think I want to make this small. So what if we just did like that? Let's try that, because I really don't want it very big. And now we need like a little body type of thing. Let me just see. And the head, yeah, the head is going to be, we should probably design it before we put it together. Maybe the head could be one of these shank buttons. That might be better. That might be good. That's a little big. Right. That's a little better. Maybe. Okay. And then we could maybe paint a face on it. That would be cool. I like that idea. I don't know what this is. Okay. That might be good. It's a little big, so maybe we have to do the whole thing a little bigger. But I don't want it too big. That's the thing. This one's about the same size. What is that? Oh, how about that? And then another white one here, and then that one. But that's too big. Okay, no. I've lost track of what I'm doing now. Maybe just like that. Maybe we're just gonna do it. Okay, let's just do it like that. And then the head, maybe we can have a smaller head. Let me just look in the other buttons that could be the head. Maybe that one. That's not too bad. That one's a little big. Let me just see. I don't have a lot of buttons with the shank on the back, like that. So if I find one, I'll pull it out, but I don't really have a lot. No, and this one's a little big. Oh, here's one. That one's not too bad too. Oh, is that got a shank? I'm not sure. We can do one of those. Maybe. It's a little concave though, so I don't know if that's good. Or this one. Maybe that one. So many buttons. Okay, so let's just see what we're going to do. So we have those there. We have this. And maybe we just need a bunch of buttons like stacked for the top. Let me just look at that. Oh no, what's this way? Maybe the top can be green. Let's see. So we would need a bunch of like tapered buttons to make the top. See, this one's got a nick out of it. There. Amber, I'm watching in case you have to go, so just let me know. And there. So if we have that. Oh, this one's tiny. Maybe we do like that, that, and that. Let's see how, like that. Maybe. Okay, I think we're gonna have to start putting this together. And this one is a funny little shank. Well, here's also one, but this is like a little bit small, maybe. I like that button, but it's a little small. Oh, here's a gold one for the face. That might be interesting. It's scratched though. Yeah, there's a few of these kind of concave ones. This one I find it's not the best shape. What are these ones? Let's see. Maybe another one. Let's see. Okay. There, we're getting there. That's a little big. Yeah, it looks like a sunshine. And the other thing I wanted to try to do was a hat. So maybe while we're, you know, because we kind of have to design the whole thing before we before we put it together. So if we did a hat, and then we need a few little buttons stacked on top. But unless we did a green hat. Could be for St. Patrick's Day. That'd be fun. Let's do a green hat. Okay. So make sure we have a wide enough brim. Okay, maybe like that. And then we can stack a few buttons for the hat. So maybe that's too wide. Let's get one that's a little bit not so wide. Ooh, look at this one. That's funky. It's dark though. Is it gonna show up? And let's get a bunch of little buttons. That's another little one. So we could do like that, a few of these. This one I want them to be all the same size, so the ones that are stacked. Maybe these are better. And yeah, I wish I had more that were the same size, because these are all a little different. What if we did that on, that one's dark. I just want it to show up. Okay, so yeah, it jumps from one size to another. Oh, this is cool too. Oh, that's the same as that one. Would that work? Like that? Oh, it kind of looks, yeah, it kind of looks like a leprechaun hat. We can try that. So let's go ahead and take this and make a loop at the top. We're going to see what we can do here. Let's get rid of some of our extra stuff. I'm going to make a loop at the top. So we're going to take this. Hopefully it's going to be long enough. We're going to make a loop. Okay. And then, I don't know, I'm just going to twist it like that just to get it started. Okay. And then we're going to put that through the top button, whatever the top button would be. So we would take this one. Maybe this one. We're going to take this and put it through, we're going to put the wires through opposite sides of this button. If I don't take pictures of it, I can always do a little sketch. Okay, so we're going to put that through the top. I don't know if I should have twisted that wire or not, but we're going to try it. Oopsies. Okay. It's a funny little twist. Not sure if I like that twist or not. Just like that. It's alright. I think it's alright. Okay, so let's add our other buttons. And maybe this one. Just make sure, if it's a 2-hole button, just make sure you put them at opposite sides. And then this one. Maybe I'll make some kind of shamrock or something to go in her hand after. So we have these, and then if we put it through the base one, let's just make sure it's going to be big enough. Okay, like that. Okay. I mean, see, this is weird because it's kind of like round on one side, so I'm going to actually flip that button, because it's round on one side. So we'll put the round part up at the top. Whoops. Okay, let's put the round part at the top. And then we're going to put this part, this one, and then this one. And that one up top. Oh, get in there. Okay. And then this one. Okay. I should probably move these out of the way just so they're not too confusing here. And then this one, oh, this one also has 2 holes. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we have that and that. Okay. But how are we going to do the head? This is what I'm wondering, because I don't know if the shank button's gonna work. We're just gonna put it in for a sec to see. Actually, I don't think that one's gonna work. It's got too big a hole. And this one, can we fit both wires in there? We can. But see, that's kind of interesting, but then it does this weird thing where it pushes the hat back. So I think that might not work. So let's just try another regular button for the head. A 4-hole button. And to see if we have one that's a good size. I definitely want a 4-hole button. Let's see what we got. This one's not too bad. It's kind of more on the kind of goldy color. Okay, so what we're gonna do for that is put one wire through one side and the one wire through the other side and see if that's gonna work. Okay. Okay, and maybe we'll take a picture of this because it's gonna show people how to do it. Stack of white buttons for the head. That's not a bad idea. Let's see how that would work. Any color really, but if you stack them, they're just gonna be, it's gonna be like an ovally shaped. I don't mind that idea, but I think I'm gonna try this to see how it goes. But yeah, you guys can definitely use your imagination with these and see, you know, what works for you. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna stick this back through here. Okay, and make sure it doesn't buckle too much. See, that's the trouble, it kind of kinks a little bit. There, we got it. And then this one back through this way. And this should hopefully work, and the thing is we want it to be centered. So that's where we're going with that. Okay, and we don't want this to kink. There. So let's pull both sides. Sometimes it's easier to grab it with the pliers. Give it a good little yank. There, so that actually worked pretty well. I like it. Okay, now, maybe I will use green in the outfit too. So maybe we, rather than the white, we'll try, let's see if we have enough green to do a tapered kind of thing. I don't know if we do or not. So if we do this, I don't know if that's gonna show. And then that's kind of like not showing too well. Let's see what we got for our buttons. This one's, if you want them to show up, there's a green. Need more green buttons. I think I got these at the dollar store. See, that one kind of like goes in the crevice, but if we put it upside down, maybe that would work. Like that. Okay, and then this one maybe, that one, and then another black one, maybe this one, okay, no, maybe this one, okay, that's cool, yeah, I like that, black and green. I did like the white and black too. Let me try that. See, I think I'm going to lose track of what buttons I had there. This maybe was that, and then that. I don't know, I like the white and black. I think it's cool. There, and then that one, and then maybe we'll just do like green, a green top or something, or maybe we'll start staggering them up and doing green and white or green and black. Yeah, green and white might show up more. Wow, there's a lot that goes into it, eh? You really have to experiment and try things and see. It doesn't show up too well. This is more yellowy. maybe this one, and then a green, and then another white. Maybe the buttons are getting a little bigger as we go up. Maybe this one. It's a little big though. No, maybe. And then a green one. Like that, maybe. And then we're gonna need beads for the neck too. So why don't I'll just get a couple of these beads again that we used before. And, oh, they're gonna be too small. Although this is a smaller figure, so maybe the seed beads would work. They might. I like the green. Yeah, the green's pretty. Whoopsies. Okay. Wish I had more green buttons. Okay, we're gonna do that and that. And I'm gonna push that up a bit. I think one is gonna be enough. Maybe one bead. And then how are we gonna do this? We're going to just go ahead and put I guess we'll just put the starting wider at the top, but not too wide, but we want it wide enough. How about this one? Okay, let's try this. Maybe it's gonna be easier just to try them on here. This one I don't know if it's gonna work. And I could try that. And I don't know if that's a good one or not. Like that one's like really white, but that's all right, I guess. Okay, so let's get smaller as we go down. Okay. And maybe another littler white one if we can find one. That's good. Maybe another one. Yeah, because I'm not really measuring these. I'm just kind of doing what we can with what we have. So let's try this one. Okay. Yeah, the sky's the limit for this. So if you guys have other, ideas of how you want to put it all together, let's put a smaller bead here. Make sure you go on opposite sides. Okay. And I don't want it to be too, let's try that smaller. I don't want it to be too big, so we're just going to try to make this as small as we can. There and there. And then we're going to have to think of a name for this girl, but we won't know until she's done, so. Sometimes it's hard to name people until you're done. We'll need an Irish name, of course. Okay, so now let's do another. Did I decide on the white and black? I kind of forget. And I could always fix this after. We're going to start with this, and then we might have to pull it back a little bit and redo some of it. So we're going to just keep going. Because sometimes you don't know until you actually put it together. So there's that and that. I think it's going to be too big now, but we'll pull it back, I think. We're just going to go like that. And then this one. And then this one. Oopsies. And then we just need arms and legs. There. And then this one. Okay, let's try it. There, okay. Bangle dye. What's a bangle dye? Oh, that's not too bad. It's kind of funky. She's a little on the maybe too tall side. So what I'm going to do is take out, which ones? Okay, I'm just going to figure out, because I do like that small one. Let me take out the white one. Let's see. Let's take out that one. we take out the white one, let's just try if we go right to black. Okay. I just took out one button, which isn't much. So we're gonna try this. Okay, we're gonna go like that. And then we may still have to take one out. I hate to be picky, but it's good to be like happy with what you're doing. Okay, and it's easy enough to pull it back. It's just good to test it. Okay. And that way. Okay, let's see. She might still be a little tall, but yeah, I kind of like that. She's a little tall, but that's okay. So we have the legs coming out like that. We have that. So let's put some legs, and maybe we'll do white and green legs. And then we're gonna need some decent sized buttons for the feet. So let me get rid of some of these, get them out of the way. And then these, I'm gonna go back, and we're gonna grab this. Okay, yeah, she's gonna be a real St. Patrick Day one. We're ahead of the game with St. Patrick's Day. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's small. 6, 7, 8. 8 might be enough. We don't want them too long. She's pretty tall. Or 6. 6 or 8 or 7. Let's try 7. Okay. And then for the foot, maybe we should have green feet, green shoes, but I'm a little worried I'm not going to be able to find 2 buttons that are the same size in green. Like those are kind of the same size, but they're also different types of buttons. Those aren't too bad. I was hoping to find 2 that were, oh, there's like that's one with a, I don't think that's gonna work. There's one that's not quite green. I mean, maybe one with a shank would be good to kind of anchor it. It would be interesting if I could find 2 buttons with a shank. That one's a little wobbly, but you know what? They're the same. At least they're the same. They're skates. She can go skating. Okay. So maybe the ones with the shank would be better. Yeah. We're gonna see. Okay, so those are that, or maybe a black ones with the shank. Let's see what we have in the black. Okay. I did find a button people post on Pinterest. No wire. Oh, that's interesting. You'll have to send it to me, Connie, and I will link it up in the description. Because I'm sure if you Google like wire button figures, you'll come up with all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so what if we use this as a foot? That's what I'm wondering. Like if we did this, but is she gonna stand? Maybe. It's kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and do the other leg, and then we're gonna decide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, oh, you know what would be good? Where are they? I have my shiny buttons. That might be good for like little gold shoes or something, but I don't think any of them are suitable. We're gonna have to see. So let's add this one. And then we're gonna see if we can get them to actually sit still. So we're gonna put that here and bring that through here. Is the hole big enough? I hope so. So I'm gonna hold it, whoops. Hold it firmly and pull it like that. Okay, we'll do the same over here. We're gonna take this and bring it back through. Okay, pull it. I did send a picture. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can finish her first, and then I'll have a look. Okay, we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna bring it back through here. And then I have to go to the post office after this. I don't know if that hole's big enough to go through there again. Yep, we can go through it again. That's why it's good to use 24 gauge wire, because you want to make sure that you can go through the holes a couple of times. And we're going to go back through this one. Perfect. Okay, let's remove those. And then now, we're just going to bend this around. Go straight up, and then we can, to make it even more solid, we can surround it around here. Okay, we're going to surround it a couple of times and clip it. If I could find the cutters. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing. We're going to go around here, and I don't know if she's going to stand, but we will have to make her some arms. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna cut that. So we have, she's really cute actually. She's got her little funny little legs and feet. You have to try to center those beads. Okay, and here, try to center them a little bit. So here she is. I don't know if there's I guess there's a bit of a front and a back. Yeah, this would be the front. So let's just give her some arms and she'll be good to go. And then I might add her a little shamrock or something after. There we go. Let's just do this and attach this for the arms. So for the arms, I'm just gonna wind this around here, around the neck. I think it's gonna be easier a couple of times. And we don't really want it to like slip around, so that we want to be careful with that. But it should be okay. Like if you're worried about that, I always say attach it in two places. Like we could go up to the neck a couple of times and then maybe back down again. And then that way, if it's attached in a couple of places, it's not going to wiggle around like that. So that just gives it a little bit more. You have a little thing at the back, but it just gives it a little bit more solidity. Wait, this one's not quite pulled tight enough. Yeah, we just bring that one around. Okay. There we go. So that way it won't like twist back and forth, which is good. Okay, so let's just do the arms, and then she will be done. Perfect. Oh, she's cute, all right. Okay, so let's do some more arms. Some arms. If we want them all green or the stripes again, I'll just do them all green to change it up a little bit. 1, 2, 3. I could do green and black, but I don't think it would show up too much. If I had a more opaque green, like a lighter green, opaque, it might show up a little more. But for this one, we'll just do it like this. We'll do that. I'll just add the hand. Okay, so there's one. I don't mind it all green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll do 8. 7, 8, and then we just need some hands. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do we want it right up to the, yeah, maybe we could do them right up to the top, that might be cute. And then some hands, what have we got? Could get a couple of little hands. We get 2 that are the same size. That's the trick, is finding 2 that are the same size and the same-ish shape. I mean, I could do green buttons for the hands as well. Might be good. Let's see if we have green buttons. That'd be more like St. Patrick's Day. Maybe I'll just do this one because I want, if I'm going to do a shamrock, I want it to contrast. So these are a little small. Would these be too small? These might be all right. Okay. Yeah, I think these are good. I want them really small. Okay. So we're going to do this and bring it through a couple of times, and then in one of them I will keep the end of the wire, whichever one's longer. Okay, so there's one, and then this one. How many did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Boy, what time is it? We're really going a little overtime. Wow, I think this is a 2-hour live stream. This is the one I told Amber it's not going to be that long. And this is probably the longest one we've done. But that's okay. I think Amber maybe went to get her. She was going to meet a new kitty cat, I think. So one, I'm going to bring that one around, and I'm going to bring this one through. And then we're just going to bring around back. And then what I want to do is make a super easy little shamrock, but with the same wire if I can. So if we can go ahead and clip this one. So we're going to, we go through twice? We did. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this one back and wind it around to finish it. You should always finish off your end. It's gotten really dark too. Okay, so there's that, and super cute, and then we'll just make the shamrock, but let me clear off some of these buttons first. Okay, and what I was thinking for the shamrock is we could either do it with buttons, which would be cute, or we could do it with beads if we want it really little, but let's see what we have for green buttons, because that might be really cute, although I might want to get some green wire if we're going to do it with the buttons. We're going to see. So let's just get a bunch of these out to see if we can find 3 that are more or less the same. And we'll experiment with that. Yeah, they're all different. That's the thing with these buttons, is it's just a real mix. And none of them really match. But if I can find 3 that are close, it could be good. Let's just see. Yeah, I just got these at the dollar store. Just a mix of green buttons. Oh, thank you, Susan. I'm liking these little button figures. They're really fun. Oh wow, this one actually has 3 holes. That's unusual. I've never seen a 3-hole button. Okay, so say I did get 3. One thing I was thinking was you could do a kind of a shamrock like that, but it doesn't really look that shamrocky. So what if we got beads? Okay. How many? Yeah, how many? Because I don't know if that's going to work or not. I think what I might be better do is just get a piece of green wire and make her a shamrock. Or maybe at least get the green wire to attach the beads. Is this 22 gauge, this one's? I think 22 gauge. So we could try it with this. And see how it goes. I'm just going to turn the light up on my computer. I can't see it very well. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these on here. Thank you. This is fun. There we go. So we have these. So if we were going to do some kind of shamrock, like how do we get it to actually look like a shamrock? Like this isn't bad, just like simple. I mean, I don't want to make it too complicated. So if we do something like this, we'd have to really like pull that tight and then bring this one down and then just really pull that one tight around. I think that's what we'd have to do. And whether it looks like a shamrock or not, I'm not sure, but it's a little bit representative. And we can clip the end. And it does look a little bit like a shamrock. I'll just take my glasses off. Okay. And push that end in a little bit. It's definitely stylized. I'm just going to make sure it's nice and tight. I don't mind it. Okay, so we have that. If I had gold buttons, we could do a pot of gold, but I think we're gonna just take this one, pull it back, because we could have like used the extension wire to make something else in her hand, but I think what I'm gonna do is just twist that around and clip it. Yeah, we are way early for St. Patrick's Day, that's for sure. Although not that early. It's like a little over a month away. And the thing is, we don't know if she's going to stand up. We're going to try that too to see. These, I want to make sure these beads are somewhat centered, so I'm just kind of adjusting them a bit. If they're not perfectly centered, it's fine. And then we have our little shamrock, and then we would just, I think, just put it in her hand like that. Okay. See, we could just, if we just put it up against this, like that, maybe we'd have to put it through the, I think it's going to wiggle everywhere, so let's just try to put it here, bring it back through once, because it's 22 gauge, it's a little thick. So if we bring it down through once, okay, and then we bring it back where the beads in the hand are. If I had a thinner wire, it'd probably be better. But if we bring it back here and just wind it around the wrist, it should kind of blend with the beads, with the green beads, so you won't really see it that much. And then we're just going to clip it. And we are going to just pinch these green wires together so they're kind of camouflaged. And I mean, it sort of looked like a shamrock, but it doesn't really matter. We could bend the arm up a bit. There. If we bend the arm up, we'll try to line up these beads a bit. Yeah. She has a bit of a shamrock. She's got her little hat. Okay, we got a little hat. And we have her arm and her little dress. And we can twist these around to make sure they're even. Now let's see if she's going to stand up. Oh, it looks like her little eyes there. Let's see if she's actually going to stand up. I'm not sure. But if we make these even, the buttons, see how cute she is? She turned out really cute. Let's see if she's going to stand. Drum roll, please. Probably not. Because they're like, if these buttons were flat, she would probably stand. But because they're a little bit concave, she might not stand. it. Plus, this thing is uneven. So let's move this. Very cute. Thank you. Let me move this. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Let's see if she's going to stand. Yeah, if these buttons were flat, for sure she would stand. So I might try to change them. See how they're curved? I was worried about that. I could put something flat on the bottom, maybe. Maybe I could glue a little foam or something on the bottom to see. She almost stands. If they weren't curved, she would stand. I could be fighting with this all night. It probably still wouldn't stand. It also could be just, I think it's just the curve that's doing that. You'd have to be like extremely lucky to get it balanced so it would stand, because I think that's not going to work. But she's cute. She's cute. So let's go get here, I'm going to put them together so you guys can see them. I'm going to just grab my iPad. You guys tell me in the comments which ones you like, which one you like better. There's Asha and then this Irish girl. Let's see. Okay. So I sent a photo. Let me just check. Okay, Connie. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, let me show you. Can we make it bigger? There. Look how cute these are. This is from Connie sent these. They're like little keychains. Looks like it's made with like a flexible cord, and they've got a big bead for the head and then the body. Those are adorable. You guys could definitely make something like that too. Thanks for sharing. Oh, it says eBay. They're from eBay UK. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to flip the screen and say goodbye. Aw, thanks, Susan. I'm glad you guys like them. It's my pleasure. Let me move this around. We're going to flip the screen. So thanks so much for watching the video, you guys. Let me hold them up so you guys can see them. You guys can let me know which one you like better. You found the pic on Pinterest. Cool. And I'll put a picture of these in the community section so you guys can see them. Thank you, Amber, for always moderating the chat. Sorry you had to leave early, but yeah, next week I have I'm actually going to do some wire books. That was a special request. I wanted to put a book in one of their hands, and I'm going to fix those buttons so she'll actually stand. But you guys get the idea. You can do a flatter button to make them actually stand. And thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks, Latidra's daughter, for naming our little girl Asha. That was really sweet. I'm happy you were watching the live stream, and we will see you guys the next time. Bye.